Yeah. Black man Unfiltered network. We ain't here to play nice. We here to flip everything they told you was normal. Hey! Yeah. Yeah. Hey! We flipping tables. Yeah! We breaking labels. Facts! No more silence, no more favors. Truth hit hard, can't save it. Yeah! We flipping tables. This that real, no cable. Hey! If it's fake, we unplug it. Welcome to the table. Yeah. I came in the room, they was comfortable, quiet. Smiling in your face, but behind it is riot. They told me be calm, but I'm built for the storm. When the truth in the building, you better transform. They don't like a man when he speak with direction. They love you when broken, confused, and correction. But I'm on a mission, I'm changing perception. No filter, no fear, just raw intersection. System designed just to keep you disabled. Mentally trapped, spiritually labeled. I'm cutting the cords, the lies getting fatal. If it ain't the truth, I'm flipping in the table. We flipping tables. Yeah, we breaking labels. Facts. No more silence, no more favors. Truth hit hard, can't save you. Yeah, we flipping tables. They said don't question, I said watch me. Too many men out here living sloppy. No guidance, no code, no structure, no lead. Now we wonder why families bleed. This ain't hate, this accountability. Look in the mirror with this vulnerability. Masking and frame with responsibility. That's what they fear, that stability. I'm calling it out, no sugar, no glaze. We breaking these cycles, we shifting in the phase. Legacy built, not lost in the maze. We done being silent, we enter a rage.
This ain't just a podcast. It's a movement, it's a reset. If it's built on lies, it gotta fall.
We flipping tables, yeah. No fear, no fables. Black men rise, we stable. Now we changing the label. Yeah. We flipping tables, yeah. Truth is non-negotiable, yeah. Black man unfiltered, yeah. This the voice they ain't controlling, yeah. Flipping Tables podcast. Black man Unfiltered network. If it don't make you uncomfortable, it ain't real.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, man. We back again with another episode of Flipping Tables, man, with your host and the proprietor of such a beautiful network. I am BMU. Hey, listen, guys, I want to make sure that we get this house cleaning out of the way first. Guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you are loving what you're seeing, share this with 2 people you like, 1 person you do not like. We're about to have this conversation tonight, guys. And if you want to come up, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. And I know this is a sensitive subject for us. It's a sensitive subject for us as Black people. Because most of us have had to deal with this. We've had to deal with it. And so I would love to have, if you've had some experience in this and you had parents who made you pay, because I think in our community, it's just it may happen in other communities, but it ain't the majority. And I think this is just going to be a good conversation to have. Y'all got to understand that some people are going to be highly triggered by this conversation. And as you should be. All right. But anyway, hit the like button, subscribe button. If you want to come up, it's pinned. If you want to give to the channel, definitely do so by Cash App, which is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. And there's a super chat at the bottom if you want to give by super chat. Now, as you can see, the title of the show tonight is Trigger Worthy. It is Black parents are the problem, the conversation nobody wants. And right. And that's why you don't hear this conversation on podcast, right? Now, the relationship conversations are amazing. Holding people accountable is amazing. But man, let's get to the root of some of these problems. Because some of us, were born into families We didn't ask to be here. Okay. And so I believe that when a child gets of age and they decide they want to get a job, I think you should motivate them to save their own money instead of the parent stealing their money. Let me say that part again. The parent stealing their money, because that's happening a lot. All right. How many of you guys grew up in a household where your mama say, "Oh, you got a little job now, huh? I'm gonna need $150. I'm gonna need $50. How much you making? Oh, you making how much? Oh, I'm gonna need at least 50. I'm gonna need 75." Right? Your parents go from taking you to school every day to charging you to go to school. They got 24 rolls of tissue in the house and they tell you got to buy your own tissue. It's 4 other kids in the house. They didn't cook a big old dinner, but you got to have money to pay for that dinner. You got to have money to buy your own food. I personally don't believe in it. I do not believe that parents should be charging their children for something that you're going to be doing anyway. If you go in the kitchen, you can't pull one piece of chicken out the chicken pack. It's going to come with at least 5 or 6. So you just going to pull one piece of chicken, let the other chicken spoil. If you're cooking 6 pieces of chicken and there's 2 people in the house, that baby should be eaten. And you should not be charging that baby like that baby at a goddamn restaurant. How many of you grown ass people out here who have a house and been paying on your mortgage for 50 years and all of a sudden now your 15-year-old, 16-year-old get a job, you telling them they got to pay 15% of the rent? That is not their responsibility. That's your responsibility. That's your responsibility. Tyrese, you want to come up, man? The link is at the top of the chat. It is a parent. What's up, Tyrese? It is a parent's responsibility to take care of the house, to take care of the bills, to take care of the mortgage, to take care of the insurance, to take care of the water, to take care of the grocery, to take care of the toiletries. It is not your child's responsibility to be buying tissue and groceries. And if you disagree with me, you want some smoke, come on. Because I smell smoke. The link is in the chat. I don't believe that. I believe that kids should not be paying bills. And this happens in the Black community all the time. And then we wonder, why do white people so successful? Why they kids have so much? You don't hear those white men and white women talking about, "Hey, Adam, I'm going to need $150 this pay period. How much you making?" When a white woman asks, a white man or a white couple asks their children, "What you making?" They're asking it because they want to be happy. "Oh my God, my son's making $15,000 a year. He's doing amazing." But when our parents are asking, they asking because they want a piece of the pie. Or you can get your shit and get out. How many of y'all heard that before? I think that's universal in the Black household. If you don't want to pay nothing in this house, you can get your ass out. You can get out. And so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. Kids don't owe their parents nothing. You owe those kids everything. You don't owe those parents nothing. Listen to me. Kids, if any child may be listening and strolling through YouTube right now, you don't owe, if you're working and you just got a job and you're excited and you want to go do things for yourself, you don't owe your parents nothing. They had that mortgage before you had a job. They had that car before you had a job. They had gas before you had a job. They had all of it. The hell you mean? Charging your kids to stay in your house. You clocking your kids' paycheck, counting your kids' money. And these 15, 16-year-old kids just starting their life. But you guess what? Those white people are not doing it to their kids. They not. The white people are not doing it. They are not calling Billy in the room, asking him to pay 15% on the rent. It's only us. And then guess what? Those lessons that that black people are trying to teach their kids, what are they learning? What did they learn? Because guess what? They still out here working at fucking Subway. They at 25 years old. They've been there since they were 16 years old. They stuck. What are we learning? What are the kids learning by you taking their money? What are they learning? They're learning absolutely 100% Nathan. Leave these kids alone. Leave them alone. Let them make their money. When my child start working, I ain't want what I look like. Come here, baby girl. Let me holler at you for a minute. Hey, listen, dad have been taking care of you for 15 years. Hey, daddy gonna leave a little something on the rent. Daddy gonna leave a little something on the bills. I need you to go, daddy needs some tissue. You gonna have to buy some tissue in here. But daddy, you got 25 rolls in there. You shop at Sam's. I know it, but you need your own tissue. We got to stop this. we got to stop this. Black parents ain't shit. It is simple as that. Black parents, I'm going to say it because I don't care. Black parents ain't shit. If you taking money from your child to pay bills, you ain't shit. That's the Lord have mercy, Jesus. I'm trying. I got a video I'm going to show y'all. I definitely got a video I'm going to show y'all. All right. But before I do that, I'm going to bring my brother up, man. Y'all see him every Wednesday night. Matter of fact, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And he'll be here on his show, Battle Tested Truth, right here on the Black Men Unfiltered Network, man. So make sure you guys come out and support him tomorrow. Give it up for my brother from another mother. All right. He almost white, but it's just not quite. My brother Tyrus is in the building. What's going on, brother?
Yo, what's up, dude? How you doing, man?
Good, man. Hey, listen, bro. Man, listen. Do you agree or you disagree with me about this topic, bro?
Bro, I'm 100% agreement with you, man. 100% being you.
Bro, why are parents charging their kids rent? So if I'm a 15-year-old kid and I go get a job, a summer job, or I'm 16 and I get a job and I work after school, what do I look like, Tyrus, going to my daughter and saying, hey, babe, you got a little job, huh? I'm going to need about, how much your check? $150? I'm going to need about 50 of that to cover house expenses.
That's insane. I'm sorry, BMU, that's insane. Like, why would we do that? Like, I think in our community, we really do have a warped sense of what it means to try to help people grow up or learn finances.
Yeah.
Because it sends all the wrong message, because really, if you're teaching your kid that the moment they get paid, they got to give it up to you, the incentive is, well, I might as well just not work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I agree. If I'm the kid, I'm like, I'm not doing shit. I'm just going to stay right here. I'm not doing nothing. You don't want me to better myself? Okay. I'm not doing nothing. But I'm going to show you this video, and I want you to tell me what you think about this guy on this video. Let's see. Where is it at? Hold on. Just that quick. Okay, there it is. All right.
What you not finna do is go get a job, come in my house, and spend up all your money on clothes, weave, Sephora, makeup. You not finna do that. You not finna do that. You not. And it's not because I need the money. It's because that is not the real world. There is no point in your adult life where you get to get your paycheck and you get to spend your whole paycheck doing what whatever the hell you want to do with your paycheck, especially if I am a struggling parent. Okay. Now that's one school of thought. Now I want to tell you something that I don't believe in. Okay. I do not believe in parents who downright make kids take on household responsibilities. Okay. Now, if you just saying, Samaya, it's 4 of us in here. When you get your check, I'm just asking you to pay the Wi-Fi bill, which is $150, or you give me $150 for the Wi-Fi. That's okay. I am not in favor of parents that the moment the child turns 18, they start talking about you need to give me $500 for rent. I'm not in favor of that. Me personally, when I was working at Target and when I was working at Kmart in high school, my daddy I got paid weekly. My daddy made me give him $30 from every check. He made me give him $30 for every check. And he took my money and he put it up. And when I went to college, one time I called home one too many times asking my daddy for money. And my daddy said, I ain't got no money. He said, but I got that money that I put up for you. He said, now, if you want me to send you that, I can send you that. And that's what he did. He never took my money and said I had to pay bills. Now, here's the thing, though. Here's something else I don't believe in. I do not believe in, oh, you are 18 years old. All of a sudden, I'm done with you. You free. You out. You not doing nothing. No. But at 18 years old, yes, you're going to buy your own toiletries. You're going to pay your own cell phone bill. You're going to, if I got a car and we have car insurance, you're going to pay your own car insurance. Okay. What
You're on mute, BMU.
What's your thoughts, bro? You can cook. Go ahead.
I mostly agree with him. I was getting a little bit hot, and then until he was like, "Yo, that's a school of thought." Yeah, you know, I was like, "Whoa, hold on." And then he was like, "That's a school of thought," and I was like, "Okay." In general, I agree. We could nitpick, BMU. I think you and I could probably nitpick about the whole 18-year-old. Some of these kids just turned 18 and they still in high school. You know what I mean? They senior year, or let's be clear, they still kids. They going to college. But we can nitpick about that. But overall, I agree with him. Like, just for example, BMU, my oldest daughter has a job right now. Bro, I don't make her pay anything. I tell her, hey, look, here's your savings account. Here's your checkings account. Obviously, your job's going to be paying you direct deposit, but I want to see you put $10, $20 of your paycheck in your savings account, just so you get used to setting it aside and looking at money just sitting there and not wanting to spend it. You know what I mean? But in general, BMU, dog, she's 16 now, 17 years old. Of course they gonna spend that shit. What else they gonna do with that, dog? Whether they're a girl or a boy, they kids. They still dumbass teens. And so, yeah, I want them to blow it. And especially BMU, you want them to blow their money early, because guess what? They learned their lesson early about shit. I actually need to save some money if I want to have something down the line.
Exactly.
But if you're trying to be making them pay all these bills early and stuff, you know what happens, BMU? The moment they get a real job and real freedom, that's how you really ruin your finances, because now you acting wild, right? It's like a sheltered, like a 2-bubble kid, and they finally hit society and don't know how to act. You know what I mean? And so a lot of times, man, that's a layer. And then to land my plane here, BMU, unfortunately, with our community, that's why I really agree with him with not kicking them out and being done at 18. We do a real disservice by not at least tolerating multi-generational family living, bro. We got this super rugged individual mentality, BMU. Like everybody just needs to be out on their own, and you just need to kick them out and send them out to the wolves. When the rest of society, developed or undeveloped, has no problem with multifamily, multi-generational housing, bro.
Right. And even with the 18-year-old thing, I think we'll agree on that too. I think if a child's 17 years old, and now they're saying a person's mind, an adult's mind doesn't develop to 26, that means you're sending your child out and just kicking them out the house. At 18, in the Black community, 18 years old is a death sentence for your life. They want you out their house. Get out.
BMU, you know what it is now as an adult in this society.
Right.
What are these 18-year-old kids supposed to do right now?
Suffer.
It's like that mentality, you setting them up for failure. They're going to go seek some quick money, you know what I mean, and the shit that comes with it.
Yeah, they want them to suffer. I think I was talking to Baby the other day about this. Parents telling their kids, see their kids going down the wrong path, and they allow their kids to go down the wrong path and be like, well, I had to suffer, you should suffer too. Why? If I went through it, why would I want my child to go through that same thing I went through? That's stupid.
Yeah. It's a problem, BMU, because it's people, unfortunately, who are admitting to society they don't know how to raise their kids to be better.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, I want the cycle of military service in this family to end, because we know, regardless of the flag and everything, BMU, most people that join the military are in poor backgrounds, poor to lower middle class backgrounds, bro. And a lot of us doing it because, hey, it's bail and nice benefits.
Right.
I don't want my kids to repeat that, right? But if I try to raise them like how I was raised, or try to make them go through my struggle, aren't I just going to put them in the same damn situation that I didn't want them to be in to begin with? You get what I mean? Like, I grew up in a military household, on top of, again, me being in the military, BMU, so all I know is bouncing around, moving different places. One of the things I really needed to do for my child was stability for both my daughters, right? Hey, look, we're in the same school district, build a life, right? Build some continuity. That's the kind of stuff I didn't have, BMU. And it's like, I would be doing my children a disservice if I forced them to live the same lifestyle as I did for no other reason than just because.
Yeah. You mean Coach Ferg, I see you out there, man. Coach Ferg, the link is at the top of the chat, man. If you don't see it, let me know and I'll put it in the chat so you can come on up, brother. I'd love to hear your perspective on this. Because I think Coach Ferg wouldn't allow his kids to pay bills either. But I got another video, man. I want to show you, Tyrus, man. I hope you're ready for this one. The first one was the calm of the storm, but I want you to. Oh my God, my baby just sent me this one. I'm finna let you, man. Here we go.
Are you gonna hit me or something?
What the fuck I'ma hit you for, Samaya? I don't got no beef with you. Your beef is with me.
I don't even talk to you. What are you talking about?
I called you to make sure that you had a ride to work. I don't have to give a damn about you getting to work, Samaya.
No, you didn't. You told me that I had to pay you to get to work. And
I said, do you have some money? Because I don't have none. And then I said, Bug, I got $10. But what I'm trying to tell you for next time is that you can't depend on me to pay my money and my gas to get you to and from work. That's not my responsibility. You can't get mad because I'm telling you gotta buy your own food. You're an adult. That's not my responsibility.
So you're not my mom no more because
Bug, I'm here to help you. I'm not here to put your goddamn bill.
What have you helped me with? You haven't taught me how to drive. You haven't given me no money to put towards school. You have not done nothing else.
When do you brush your teeth?
Okay, so what?
Who wash No, because of you, Bug. Because all I said was Bug. Bug, how much money you make? How much money do you make?
Not $2,000. I barely make $1,000 a month.
You make $1,000 a month.
Barely.
You told me you make $2,000 a month.
Barely.
But it doesn't even matter, Bug. All I asked for was $50 to $100 out of that. That would still left you with.
A week.
No, I said when you get paid.
Every
50
week.
to 100. I didn't know when you got paid. That's why I asked you. Either way, you would have still had a bulk of money left, Bug. All I said was help me.
So
you're causing me to have to pay gas.
Yo, what a terrible mother. What a terrible mother. I'm guessing adult, and this is what we was just talking about. She don't look like she even old enough to drink, bro. So was she a fresh 18, 19-year-old?
Exactly.
Like, come on, bro. Like, and BMU, this is what you was talking about when you started the show tonight, man. Like, out the gate, we just expect them. We just expect these children to just be magically grown ass people.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how it works, man. But then we wonder why everything is so dysfunctional, right? And that was a tough watch, BMU. Like that was such a horrible parent. Like, first and foremost, you should have stopped the argument the moment you saw the camera was on.
Yeah.
Right. And you know why I'm not pointing it out at the daughter? Because she's still the kid, and somebody's still clearly the parent, the person running the household. You the adult, you the mom, you should know better. And then on top of that, BMU, I couldn't help but notice the daughter said, "You ain't teach me to do shit. You ain't teach me to drive. You ain't teach me to do nothing."
Absolutely.
And and did you hear what the mother said? "I take care of you. I took care of you your entire life." BMU, the same thing I be telling dudes is the same thing I gotta tell women. Financially taking care of your child is not the same as emotionally being there for your child.
You're sponsoring them at that point.
Exactly. You saying, "Oh, I just took care of you." Okay, now you just think of your child as a tax write-off. Right? Like, no, you actually have to teach your child something. Right? Because BMU, I'm just gonna put out a selfish dad-to-dad scenario. Could you imagine us being so much bums that our daughter went and let their boyfriend teach them how to drive?
Oh, that's bad, Tyrus. That's real bad. That's real bad.
Never in our lives, BMU. Never in our lives. That's mandatory. You get what I mean? That's an obligation that brings us a sense of pride, where we're not only teaching them, but they succeed and they get their license and that kind of shit. Because as we know, BMU, in a country like this, yes, getting the driver's license is a big deal in a car-dependent society. So all I heard was a mom didn't teach her daughter shit. And now you just expect her just to understand financial responsibility. Clearly, I'm sorry, BMU. I don't believe the mom that she only asked 50 out of the week. I know she was asking for more.
Oh, yeah, it sounded like she wanted more, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely sounded like she's
charging her to take her to work. She was like, "You don't give me no money to take you to work."
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, man. Like no, that BMU. What do you think? What's your thoughts on it, man?
My thoughts is the same thing as yours. Why would I tell my daughter? And then you heard her crying, and she said, she said, "Tell him you got fired." She said, "Because of you." She wouldn't take her to work. She got fired from her job because her mom refused to take her because her mom wanted some of the money. So you allowed your daughter to go to work, make a little money for herself. Then she gets fired because you refuse to take her to work. That's crazy.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
It's crazy. She said, "Mom, I'm fired." You can hear the pain in that baby's voice. "Mama, I got fired." She said, No, the mama said, "No, tell him you got fired." She said, "Yeah, because of you. You wouldn't take me to work."
And just for anybody in the audience who's listening, I'm going to be very clear for both myself and BMU. We understand nuance and families struggling sometimes and shit happens, but there's a limit, there's a line, and this is crossing that line.
Exactly. Because now you're putting all the pressure on her. Like, oh, things can't function if you don't give us your money. Now you're guilt tripping her. We can't succeed if you don't give me your money. That's crazy. Listen, I would never ask my child for no money. Ever.
Yeah, dog, it's gotta be a crazy, I mean a real desperate situation.
Right.
For some real cash. And I ain't talking about, hey, spot me a Red Bull at the gas station or something like that. We talking about, hey, look, rent's due, car insurance due. Yeah, it's got to be some, I'm on the brink.
Right.
But to your point, BMU, it's so funny how they're not on the brink until the teenager has a job.
Exactly. Boy, you better read my mind.
To your point.
You had all this stuff prior to me getting a job, and all of a sudden when I get a job, you have hardships. And if I don't give you what I make, it's a problem. This is crazy. It's crazy. And this lady, I don't know, this girl should have moved out. I would have found somebody to stay with.
Man, BMU, I think you and I both know there's highly likely she ain't got nowhere else to go.
Probably. And she just got to sit there and deal with that.
You got to sit. Yeah, man. So, hey, this is the part, again, this is another example. Some kids, BMU, just lose the birth lottery.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I agree. And these videos go on and on. Like this video, like we're talking about paying bills and all that too. But I'm also saying that Black parents are the problem. And I'm talking majority of them, bro. They're even the dream killers. You know how I'm gonna tell you, I've heard this growing up, different people, different parents talk to their kids. And I remember hearing kids tell their parents, I want to be a doctor when I grow up. And the parents say to the child, who paying for that shit? You better go get you a job at the factory with your daddy. You better go to the potato plant with your daddy. You know what I'm saying? And that'll kill a kid's dream at 10, 11 years old. They're like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not good for nothing but working at Subway, McDonald's like my mom or my dad, and I can't go any further because they said they're not even going to help me. A lot of kids, so we talk about, and let me say this, we talk about these kids a lot not being shit, but they got ain't shit parents. Because how many of those kids had dreams and their parents killed them? Kill their dreams.
They're straight up shitting on them.
I'm not paying for that. Who's gonna pay for that? You better find something else to do with your life. What? Bro, I'm telling you, as Black people, bro, in our community, I was listening to Tom Brady, bro. I don't know if you saw the interview with Tom Brady talking about his parents, how much he loves his parents. And Tom Brady said, I remember I tried every sport under the sun and I was trash at everything. He said, I want to play baseball. My parents put me in training to be a baseball player. I sucked. He said, I wanted to play tennis. I sucked. I wanted to do wrestling. I very much sucked. He said, basketball, I sucked. And my mom and dad would continue to pour money into me until, in all these training facilities, trying to make me something I wanted to be. And he said he went through every sport imaginable and he got to football and that's when things clicked for him. What if his parents told him, we're not paying for that shit?
We'd be missing out.
Will we have Tom Brady? If he had let me put it like this. If Tom Brady had Black parents, would he be who he is today?
I want to lean no, BMU, because at first I go, look at all the great Black athletes that we've had that are also GOATs in their respective positions. But then I remember that was due to a lot of struggling environments, a lot of broken homes.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and look, God bless the single moms that made it work. Shout out to you guys, because we're not trashing everybody. This was just a specific video. You know what I mean? But a lot of from our community, BMU, they come from broken homes of the athletes what you're highlighting correctly is, guys, in a normal functioning household, you should be supporting your kids' dreams. And even when we're in a normal Black household, we keep telling our kids they ain't capable of shit.
Yep.
Right? We either tell our kids they not capable of doing shit that requires an education, or we push our kids into the stereotypes that, you know, athletics and again, basically entertainment.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then 20 years down the line, BMU, the same people will come up here talking about we ain't got enough faces in the medical industry.
Yep.
We ain't got enough faces in Black faces in law enforcement.
Yep.
We ain't got enough Black faces in our judges and our justice system around the country. We ain't got enough Black faces in the court climbing the corporate ladder. Well, it's because you told them they couldn't do shit.
Exactly. You told them they couldn't do shit. Listen, I got so many videos, man. Baby, if she's helping me. Baby, find the video of Terrence Crawford's mom. Terrence Crawford's mom talking about how she paid boys to beat her son up when he was a kid. I want you.
What?
Yeah, Terrence Crawford, the boxer. His mom got on national fucking TV and told the world, I used to lock my son outside and give the little boys $5 to $10 to jump my son to beat my son's ass.
It's terrible, no matter what the reason is. What was the reason?
She said the reason because she wanted to make him tough. So she paid the little boys in the neighborhood to beat him up every day.
So she wasn't even just trying to live her dream through her son of being some great athletic boxer. It was just trying to make her son tough.
Yep, this was before boxing.
Holy shit.
Yep, before boxing. Yep, Ambitions. How you doing today, man? If you want to come up, you could definitely come up if you want to have this conversation with us. But yeah, so also I got another video for you, man. I hope you're ready for this one too. Because I'm telling you, man, this stuff is out there, man, and I'm glad that you're here tonight to have this conversation with me. It's some bad parents out here. And we just got to address them all as they come. Here we go. Here. Let me drop this one.
So you just gonna sit here and look at me like this?
I don't like you.
You ain't got to like me, bitch. I ain't the fuck thing to you. Should not like the baby daddy. And you don't.
I don't like none of y'all. I don't like you, his mammy, his sister, none of y'all. His kids, I don't like y'all.
You gonna get mad at me because you fucked the son of a crackhead.
Oh, that's the mom.
You fucked the son of a crackhead. Who the fuck get pregnant from a son of a crackhead and you mad at me? You mad at me because you fucked the crackhead's son.
And how many kids you got?
Who?
How many kids you got?
How many kids I got?
How many kids you got?
According to the state, bitch, none.
How many kids?
Not even you. My womb has reset itself. It has reset itself. So, bitch, my womb, bitch, is at
kids,
zero,
so
ho. It's 2021. I ain't got no motherfucking kids. Stop playing with me, ho.
You have 4 kids, so that means 3 different niggas nutted in a crackhead's daughter. Okay? So.
Technically, your daddy ain't nothing shit. If you knew how small your daddy dick was, if you knew how small your motherfucking daddy dick was, bitch, he ain't nut. That bitch nutted on my lip and it swam to the top, bitch. How the fuck you think I ain't know he was your daddy? Huh? Your daddy ain't got no goddamn dick. Your daddy ain't got no motherfucking dick. Talking about your daddy fuck son. Your daddy ain't fuck shit. Yo, bitch, I fucked your daddy. Bitch, and quite frankly, I fucked him for $100 against inside club at sex that night. Bitch, so I can go pussy pop in the VIP section where big dick ballers was at. Cause your small dick daddy, he wasn't no motherfucking baller. He wasn't no motherfucking baller at all. He was sitting there broke, needed some goddamn coochie, paying $100 for coochie for car sets, bitch.
Was it working?
Hell no. I gotta start my motherfucking live over because what you ain't gonna do is fucking embarrass me on my motherfucking live, ho. It's a new goddamn year. It's a new motherfucking year. I ain't taking no fucking L's this year, bitch. I'm the shit. Or whatever. Fuck wrong with you, ho. Fuck is wrong with you. That's what's wrong with you, motherfucker. Now you know what? You's a fucked up individual.
I am.
You's a fucked up individual. You just fucked up. You need to go to one of them fucking therapy sessions or something. A fucking counselor, bitch. Or whatever. I don't blame you, baby dad. That's why I take his side. I feel
Take your time, Tyrese. Take a deep breath. The floor is yours, sir.
Dog, that was some fuck shit. That was just terrible. That was disgusting. It was you a grown woman. I don't care what your situation is. You're a grown woman and you decide to go on live and tell the world how you, let's be clear, BMU, talk to your daughter on a regular basis. This is exactly how, and it's hell. BMU, as hard as it might be believed, it's probably worse when the camera's off.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Physical, move the cameras off.
Because what we heard was real bad already.
Oh,
but when the camera's off, it's probably way worse.
She said your little dick daddy. So basically, she talking about the daddy's dick to the daughter. Like,
and you still fucked him though.
Yeah, exactly. And he probably hit multiple times.
Right? And so you're like, and you know me, bro. I'm gonna listen to all the shit. So what I hear was, you knew this dude was a small dick bum buying pussy, and you fucked him and got pregnant by him anyway.
Come on. Exactly. Because that's what she said.
No.
Your daddy paid $100 for this pussy. Is what she said.
And you got 3 other kids.
And she said, according to the state, I don't have no kids.
That's how you know she ain't an ain't shit woman, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That's an ain't shit mom right there, bro. Again, that's one of those, hey, I'm counting down, waiting for them to get the hell up out of here.
Yeah. And her daughter have to sit there. I couldn't have a full conversation with my daughter and say, hey, your mama didn't have no good cat. She just didn't have no, I mean, like you said earlier, Tyrese, it's all about boundaries that you don't cross. And that's a boundary you don't cross. You're not going to have a sex talk to your kids downing your baby mama or your baby daddy. You're not going to say that. You're not going to say that. Come on now.
You can't be saying that shit. And then guess what, BMU? We all know people be reckless anyway.
Right.
Why are you filming it?
Yeah. On live.
Like, and then you really thought you ate. Like you was in the right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hell, right now it sounds like somehow there's a chance her daughter might have a chance, bro.
Yeah.
Because she only messed up one time. How many times her mom messed up?
4.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And she was like, you had a crackhead. And she was like, well, mama, how many crackheads been up in you?
Bro, that video was that was the toughest watch so far, bro.
Yeah.
And that's why I was tripping, BMU. I got so many thoughts running through my head. I'm sorry, I'm like scatterbrained. Because I was at first when you started the video, I was like, wait, who's the mom? And then I immediately go, wait, she's trashing this woman. I wonder how old she was in her first pregnancy.
Yeah.
You know she was a teen mom, which again definitely says her parents weren't shit, but it's a cycle that she had no intentions on breaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Tara, you cooking tonight, boy. You cooking. I believe, bro. I'm saying this like I believe that we're living in a world, man, where the women and the men are competing with their children. They want to be the same age as their children. They're 50 doing 19-year-old shit.
Yeah.
And I think, it's just worse. It's just bad. It's just real bad, man. And I don't know what we have to do as a community to change it. I think that, you can't really say nothing to these mamas. If somebody were to say something to this mom and pull this lady to the side, she probably want to fight, cuss them out, or anything to that nature. But I got another one for you. Now, I'm going to keep them coming for you. Pause. Let me see. Where is it at? Okay, here we go. Watch this.
I grew up in a whorehouse. I grew up in a trap house.
Yep.
So all I knew was that. You know what I'm saying? And I love you because you held it down and like you did what you had to do. But imagine you never had
child point of view.
You never had to sleep with your mama 24/7 because you couldn't go in your room.
Okay.
You never had to walk in on my dope.
Yeah.
You never had to walk in on my just you know what I'm saying? The way I was raised, I had to deal with that because everything that happened, I had to deal with that. And I'm still dealing with it because ain't nobody come and take me to give me no help. Ain't nobody got me no help. I learned about that when I got older.
Okay, so do you?
No, this real, cuz. Like, this this in my head, my whole life, in my head. The I go through, I can't even go to her, she hard. I can't go to you hard. So I'm on the concrete, my granddaddy ain't that hard.
Wow.
But guess what? And I ain't taking nothing from you because you put me there. You put money in my you gave me to help my rap career and all that. Ain't nobody do that but you. So I love my.
Yeah, I remember watching this when it dropped, man. I want to be clear here. The smoke he had for his mom is legit.
Yeah.
What's also true is clearly mom was not in the best situations. And BMU, you know, I have to say it. Where was dear old dad?
Yep. Because he said he grew up in the whorehouse watching other people fuck his mom and watch his mom. Oh my, yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
Man.
Can you imagine growing up, looking across the hallway and seeing a man inside your mom? Oh.
And that's, I believe, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, BMU, correct me if I'm wrong. That's the kind of shit that leads to both our boys and girls with arrested development, man. They get stuck in this, they deal with this trauma and they end up stuck in that, that age that they experience that trauma in. And so, yeah, BMU, what you're seeing is we got a bunch of physical adults who are mentally children raising other children.
Right. Exactly. I agree.
We got too many people, bro. I know we be talking about birth rates and all this other stuff, but we clearly got a lot of people who probably shouldn't be having kids.
Yep. Bro.
How'd you feel when you first saw that video, bro?
I think she was wrong. I think she knew she was wrong, but I think she put the bag before her son. I think that when she was out pimp, because, you know, she was a pimp. She was a mistress back in the day. And like he said, I didn't get no help walking in on people doing drugs, having sex, watching you having sex, having, you know, watching other men come in and touching on your mama. I mean, you know, that's trauma. That's big trauma.
No, that's why I said all the smoke he had for his mom was legit, because whatever it is you say you got to do, you could have absolutely found a way to not have your son at least be a witness to any of that shit.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? You should have found a way to at least, there's no excuse for him being just seeing you getting fucked by random dudes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's something you can control. You get what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So all the smoke he had for his mom, that's legit. And I'm still glad he got that off his chest. And they talking about it, even though I know mom, you know, but they stuck, you know, some older people, they get stuck in their ways because really you can't change the past.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I just, that this is a tough night, man. This is a tough night.
Dude, if you could say anything to this, like especially the last video with the daughter and the mom, talking about the little dick, her daddy and all this, if you could say something to that mom, what would you say?
Damn, BMU, you know, typically I would try to say something positive, but I think the first thing I would say to her is you're a real piece of shit. Like, if all of your kids end up in prison or worse, you got nobody to blame. I can directly point the finger at you.
Yeah.
I really, bro, I don't know if I could have, I don't have any encouraging words for that woman, bro.
Yeah.
What about you? What would you say?
I would say the same thing. I would say that you're trash. And you're accusing your daughter, or you're criticizing your daughter for something that you've done. You've done this 4 times, and you're telling your daughter, oh, I can't believe you went out and let a crackhead, son of a crackhead, get you pregnant. But you did it 4 times, mama. And I think sometimes parents get amnesia. You know, they get amnesia. You're accusing your child of something, and you've done it your whole life. You were a whore. How could you?
He learned it from somewhere.
Yeah, dude, we talked about this on the show a few weeks ago. I think you were on here when we talked about epigenetics. It's a real thing when those things pass down to your mom, to your child. They pass down. All that trauma passes down to your child.
Yeah.
And so when your kids get older and they start saying, start having all those hoish ways and start doing hoe stuff, they getting it from their mama. I guarantee you this girl done saw her mama with a lot of men. I guarantee you this girl saw her mama with a lot of men, bro.
Come on, bro. She done saw her mom with a lot of men. How many paternity test arguments has she done seen her mom to be involved in? Exactly. Lord knows if she witnessed her own the paternity test about herself. You know what I mean? Like, exactly, all kind of shit.
Yep, we got Coach Ferg in the building tonight, man. Coach Ferg, what's going on, my boy? Coach Ferg.
How y'all doing, man? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. What are your thoughts, man? Have you been watching these videos?
Yeah, man. I saw a few of them some time ago. That one with their mother and that girl, that's like 3 years old, right?
Yeah, what are your thoughts, man?
I mean, listen, man. First perspective, did y'all both grow up with both parents?
Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, this is what's been happening, man, for the last 40, 50 years, man. I would say this is all post-crack era behavior. It's all post-crack era behavior because
I knew you was gonna say that.
When y'all was babies, women in the community could still check y'all. Tell your mama, tell your grandmama. The men in the community could get you together, your uncle. But once they bought that dope in the communities, it's been led by mothers. A lot of kids are of that time. You go back 35 years, they 40, 45, they got kids. You see, these are young people. And I think both of y'all in y'all 40s, right? Y'all still believe y'all can fight and all that.
Absolutely.
But a lot of that time, that's why people are more feelings today. Guys in their feelings early and most of their adult life. And in America, you can't move in your feelings.
Right.
Your feelings will go to your loved ones. I'm sure you love your children, your wife, the people in your village. You know, you love that. That's where I've always grew up in the sense that my feelings go to my parents, my sisters, my brothers. You know, I didn't bring feelings out in the world because I might have to fight a nigga, you know, by the time I get home. So I could,
exactly. Yeah, come on.
But what y'all showing that's unique though, it's all women and the relationships they have with their children, right? And it's not just with the mother and the daughter. It's also with those sons not being validated. I say it all the time, one of the biggest persons that can give you encouragement, and you doing it exacto, is the father. If your father can give you an encouragement, that can build that relationship, it kicks in when you 16, 17, you don't make dumb decisions. You some silly, you ain't always silly. And it avoids, because even in the video with the mother and the daughter, she just exposed how she was buck wild when she was young. She was running the streets as a teen. She gave her body to a man who at the time he was good enough. Now you trying to shame him with his daughter.
Yeah.
And the daughter, she's repeated the same behavior as the mama because she's a baby mama.
Yep.
And she don't even have the support of her mother.
You're exactly right.
But God forbid if she don't allow her child to have a relationship with her son, it's going to repeat this with her baby daddy. Regardless of listen, I'll stick a believe in this. Regardless of me in a relationship, and I'm shitty, I'm cheating, I'm doing all that. If we have a child, and I say, man, I want to see my baby. Let me see. Let him build that rapport with the baby. Because most men of color, I don't know about other races, don't harm their child when they around that baby. When they get to see that baby, take them to football practice, teach them how to ride a bike. You know what I'm saying? Those things don't happen. But when you put them in the hands of other men, other adults, sometimes you get the bad situation. And all of these parents, again, are instead of, and this is what black people, 99.9% of us hate to be wrong. Instead of a mother having that conversation with that daughter and saying, listen, you got to air it out. Let them cry it out, because it's a lot of pain, because most mothers even though they inflict most of the
not on camera, coach.
Over the last 35 years, and I've seen it because I was right as a teen. The dynamic of the mother-daughter relationship, the mother-son, the father-son, it's turned for the worst. And those kids, which was you and Tarus, and y'all peers, are now adults, and they struggling with talking to the kid, teaching the kid YouTube, financial literacy, because didn't nobody pay attention to their ass in school. That's why they didn't get it. Teaching a young boy to build muscle, girls to love their natural self, their natural beauty. Those things are important. Well, because I guarantee if y'all put out y'all 6th grade pictures, y'all was funny looking like a mother. We all, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But,
for sure.
Yeah.
But if you got that father like Tarus, you handsome, you my son. BMU, I know you told your son he handsome 52,000 times. Your daughters, you pretty. Those things, late teenage, senior year, they have a direction. They want to go to college. They want to go to military. They want to do something different. And this is what hasn't really happened because a lot of the good brothers are no longer around. It's a lot of men y'all age just now coming back to this regular society life. Over that time span, a lot of good brothers, and those relationships ain't there because none of these women have a relationship with their father. None of them. And that's by design. And he could probably live 3 blocks up. But he been shamed all his life. See, the mama, your daddy ain't shit. Your daddy ain't shit. I've seen it 1,000 times, man. It's the same story, just different players.
I think we've all seen, even in a functional household, bro, sometimes them teenage daughters and they mamas go at it.
I ain't see it. I ain't see it nowhere. Listen, you might have seen it. Terry, you might have seen it, but I ain't see it nowhere in my generation of mothers that were older. They wasn't having that. They wasn't having it.
Well,
they were.
I'm just letting you know, Coach, like, I've seen it with my family, and
okay.
I got 2 daughters who.
Did y'all have fathers in your family?
Clothes all the time, so they start.
Oh, that's girls. That's girls, Tarus. But that's good. Did y'all have fathers show up at the cookouts, or did y'all have mostly women?
Yes, but Coach, this is what I'm saying. Like, naturally, the girls and teenage daughters and they mama be sniping back and forth, right? And so I agree with you that they need to air that out. They don't need to be doing that shit on camera. I damn sure don't need to be having the grown-ass so-called mom being the one to instigate the goddamn thing.
But
see, that's the bigger issue here. Like, there's a lot of people, man, that they got to air out stuff, to air out dirty laundry with their family. This society today, everything's got to be put on camera, which makes the dysfunction worse. Because now what? You're trying to make money off your trauma now too?
But Tyrese,
like real trauma.
But Tyrese,
like why are you a grown ass woman? All these so-called mistakes, you're supposed to learn from them. You're supposed to learn from the mistakes, and instead you going in front of your daughter and you're the one who got the camera in your face airing all that shit out. But you know what I mean? Like regardless, like that's something, Coach Ferg, that transcends whether you're a dad or a mom. You shouldn't do that, period.
Not at all. But Tyrese, hurt people hurt people. If somebody put in their mind that they've been hurt, they're gonna hurt everybody important to them for the rest of their life. They are forever. I'm telling you, I've seen it 50,000 times. If somebody's so hurt and they're inflicting this pain on the most vulnerable and most as far as having a baby or a son, a daughter, mother having a baby, when those people tear those children down early, by the time those children come out into the world, most of us couldn't ever talk to them about doing what's right. And I said most people don't have the patience. But at some point, with the right message, with a man that they can trust, BMU, I can see you changing 10 boys' lives and be strong, black, dark-skinned, pretty, muscular, with money, taking care of their family. They don't get that because they don't trust. Most young people don't trust people because everybody tell them you ain't shit. And you can't do that.
Yep.
All right.
Hey, we got Prototype in here tonight, man. What's going on, Prototype?
What's happening, man?
What's going on, man?
Man, have you been watching Prototype?
Yeah, I kind of seen the topic and know what I've been talking about. I didn't see the videos though.
Man, I think the worst one is this one. We'll take a break and watch this one right here. Coach Ferg, I don't think you saw this one either. Here we go.
I don't even talk to you.
Hit you, Foster Maya. I don't got no beef with you. Your beef is with me.
I don't even talk to you. What are you talking about?
I called you to make sure that you had a ride to work. I don't have to give a damn about you getting to work, Samaya.
No, you didn't. You told me that I had to pay you to get to work. And
I said, do you have some money? Because I don't have none. And then I said, Bug, I got $10. But what I'm trying to tell you for next time is that you can't depend on me to pay my money and my gas to get you to and from work. That's not my responsibility. You can't get mad because I'm telling you got to buy your own food. You're an adult. That's not my responsibility.
So you're not my mom no more because
I'm here to help you. I'm not here to put your goddamn bill.
What have you helped me with? You haven't taught me how to drive. You haven't given me no money to put to school. You have not done nothing else.
When do you brush your teeth?
Okay, so what?
I've been washing your goddamn
clothes.
So
I graduate. I'm supposed to
I've been taking care of you. I didn't tell you you had to leave.
Yes, you
did. I did tell you you had to leave. You said, I hate it here. I hate you. I want to hurry up and move out of here. I didn't come in here and say, Bug, pack your shit and get the fuck out.
Yes, you did.
I never told you that.
Yes, you did.
No.
We can go to the messages. Yes, you did. You told me that 2 weeks ago that I had 30 days to leave.
You told me that you was going to go anyway, Bug. Well, you were supposed to be going to work. I didn't even take your ass to work. Why? Because you got fired. That's how I know you didn't even go to work. No, because of you, Bug. Because all I said was, Bug, how much money you make? How much money do you make?
Not $2,000. I barely make $1,000 a month.
You make $1,000 a month.
Barely.
You told me you make $2,000 a month.
Barely.
But it doesn't even matter, Bug. All I asked for was $50 to $100 out of that. That would still left you in.
A week.
No, I said when you get paid.
Every
50
week.
to 100. I didn't know when you got paid. That's why I asked you. Either way, you would have still had a bulk of money left, Bug. All I said was help me. So you're causing me to have to pay gas.
It's disgusting. Hands down, boy. That was perfect. That was a perfect response to that.
Man, I think Coach Ferg agreed with it though.
Well, you agree with that?
I don't. I agree. I disagree. Like Tyrus said, when you do it on camera, yes, but it's already a miscommunication. Now, and this is me. When we were teens, I got my own situation. I'm gonna get my own way to work, right? If I'm making money, and this is again, man, it's just a different perspective, different time. All of my brothers and sisters was working since 14, right? My mother and father never asked for money, but when they became graduates of high school, mom said, listen, you're gonna pay your way, work, do what you gotta do around here. I ain't gonna say nothing to you. But if you think you're gonna get your money and run them streets and spend it up with your friends, you're gonna run on up out of here. So I took that same message. Go to school. My son was working in high school. He was making $1,000 a month. Go and give me 2 of it. Because I'm playing with it. I'm gonna put that over here. I don't touch his money. I ain't never touched a young person's money. Never. So keep that over here. So when he's ready to bust out on his own, here, man, he'll never know because young with money, she's blowing her money. And I get it. The mama, she ain't equipped to teach her how to drive. That's where the daddy come in. That's where that broken relationship is. But that asking for 50 to 100.
She knows how to drive.
But she's 18, 19. Now listen, but here's the thing. The mama goes to work too, so she ain't got time for all that. Now, with the daughter, right? This is where you got to tell your kids, this is when you make bold statements like that, a parent go check you. I hated her. So she's telling her mama she hated her, meaning the relationship has been strained for a long time. But you say it out loud. And the mama like, okay, you hated her. I'm leaving. Get your ass got 30 days or give me that money. Because now you overstepping the boundary. Because none of y'all would allow y'all kids to talk to y'all like that. Whether you took them to work or not. Where's our friends at? I'm going to call my friend. Girl, come over and get me. I'll give you $15, $10. I'm up through. Mom, I'm gone. I ain't waiting on it's sort of.
BMU, this goes back to the conversation we had about kicking the kids out early. I'm going to let Prototype.
No, you ain't kicking the kids out. You teaching responsibility. What are we talking about? Okay.
Man, there's a way to do it, and I think this is the wrong way. Based off that video, the mom's not equipped to even have the child in the first place. Like I could tell, like the daughter's never been born. You look at the mom, you know there ain't no guy there. You know what I'm saying? And if there is a man, there ain't no man there, and there ain't no man there, and no man in his right man. So I mean, that's the one. Like she's like, help me, but you gotta understand, your kids is not your spouse. You know what I'm saying? Like, so she's telling her kid to make up for her lack of ability to get another spouse, a partner that's going to do that job. You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of that is just her own trauma. You know what I'm saying? But I'm dealing with a lot of this in my own life where like these parents is like kicking out their kids, and I'm like, yo, y'all retarded for real. Like our counterparts be full engineers. Like, I don't know, y'all know I'm an engineer, right? But there's like when I first started my career, like my counterparts was living at home with their mom.
Yeah.
Making 80K, like you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they was making bread, still staying at home. And like I remember when I first moved down here to Georgia or whatever, I was around these I was invited to this Asian people's barbecue. And I sat down with the dad and he's like, yeah, man. Me and my mom, like me and my brothers, we all stayed at home. Even after we got married, we stayed at home, paid off mom and dad's house, and then we moved out. But we all each had a room. We all had our family in each room. You know what I'm saying? Like we just got community and family all wrong, and there's so much trauma built on top of it. Man, my kids don't never got to go nowhere. Like I'm never kicking them out. You know what I'm saying? As long as they're doing what they got to do, I'm never kicking them out. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so I just think it's just built on trauma on top of trauma, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I agree, Prototype. And Coach, this is our second, me and BMU's second time listening to this video, man. When she was talking about, again, you learn how to drive at 15 and a half. You can get your driver's license at 16.
Yeah.
So she didn't teach her kid to drive at all, Coach. You would think an important life skill in a car-dependent country like America, that would kind of be a priority, right? And so, and Coach, did you hear how the mom responded to the daughter saying that? You didn't teach me shit. You didn't teach me how to drive. I taught you how to brush your teeth. Are you fucking serious? That's what you're defending, Coach.
No, I'm not. That's not what I'm defending. That's not. You got me all wrong.
He's not defending that.
I'm not defending that.
I don't think he agreed with the video. I think he agrees with the point of teaching your kids responsibility by, hey, you got to go take care of yourself now.
But he was already saying that without acknowledging the fact that she didn't teach her anything when she was a teen, Prototype. She's saying, like, Coach is implying that, well, you're an adult now, you got to figure it out.
He wasn't even speaking in the video
with no life skills.
I can't let you put words in his mouth. He wasn't speaking to the video. He was speaking from his own anecdotal experience. He wasn't speaking to the video.
I thought typically we spoke to the video. You know
but I was,
so Coach, my bad. If I'm going to
listen, Tyrus, listen. listen, I don't take it personal because I'm never in my feelings when I'm talking to black folk. Never.
It's not a feelings thing. I'm just trying to figure out, like, do you support it or not?
So let me explain, because both of y'all are sort of right in a sense. He understands. Listen, in real life, I ain't talking about me anecdotal. I'm talking about thousands of young teenagers across America right now for the last 20 years have had these similar experiences. I've had to talk these people from jumping off the ledge. I've had to talk to mothers. You can't kick your baby out. What the hell you? And this is how I had to talk to her. What the hell are you talking about? She's a teenager. What the hell was you doing as a teenager? You had at 16. So don't, and this is me, I'm trying to talk in a professional setting to black mothers like this. But I also put it, and this is where the relationship with the father is the most intricate part. Because again, y'all fathers, I'd be damned if y'all let y'all daughters not know how to do shit when they get ready to venture into the world. If they gonna live with you, you gonna teach them everything that you can possibly teach them. Y'all not gonna walk around the house and ain't saying nothing to your daughter, hey, your kids, I'm ready to go. Man, I like it here, daddy, we good. I can't see that. With a mother like that, she's already broken. She taught her, like this has been over the last 35 years, because most niggas grew up sagging pants, dusty looking mother. She taught her how to brush her teeth, and the mama like, I'm like this. I just take care of her. You live with me. You learn on, figure out on your own.
The problem with trying to expect her at 19, 18, 19 to be paying for some shit when it was her, the mom was responsible for taking her to the job.
But did she get the job under the mom's, like, coach, you go get a job?
Yes, and coach, guess what? She can't go drive to work because guess who didn't teach her how to drive?
I don't know where they live. Where do they live?
I don't know.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, I'm speaking from.
She got fired because she couldn't make it to work, right?
Yeah. Listen, if they live in a rural area, I'm thinking I'm a city boy. I know how to move around on the bus, the transportation. I know how to call my friend. Hey man, I need to get to work, man. Come on, I'll give you $5, $10. I know how to do all. I'm gonna do that. But this is something that, as a teen and growing up, most people who knew how to do that because we were passing information, and your father would be telling you, "Don't you take your little." It was a different dynamic. These are mothers, man, who's born up. I bet this woman the same age as y'all, born at the same little time. And a lot of that took place from that time. These parents don't know how to be mothers, and it's a man still struggling with trying to be a man. And these dynamics are still having sex. They did it in the back seat of the car. Remember R. Kelly, back seat of my Jeep? That's where she was born, made right there. Outside, and now she's shaming the dude. You outside, you're ready going to a club.
Understand how a kid is supposed to make money in a household with no support from the parent. That's just that right now. What
kind of support? The mother, she got a job. Mother, like, get your way to work. Okay, if you ain't gonna get your way to work,
and how was she? If you watch the video like we did, Coach, how was she supposed to get to work? It was established in the video how she was supposed to get to work. BMU.
If it was set up by the mother originally, I think, but see, that's where the communication is broke down. There's nobody communicating. My son, he had a job, right? Dad, I got to get to work. Boom. All right, I'm working. If I say, man, good to go get a job, I'm picking you up. I'm sitting. However, I can't make it on Thursday. I can't get there. Y'all asses go work late too on Thursday. Hey man, you think you can stop by and pick up little Ronnie? Go pick up my baby, man. Yeah, man, I'll give you $10. He got $10. Tell him you gonna make something happen. See, the responsibility's already been set up. Hey, if you don't reach me, call Uncle Prototype, call Uncle Tarus. Make sure that's just, I don't know, man. I never had it.
So that comes with.
We're sticking on the video. I'm sorry, Prototype, but this is sticking to the video, Coach. Clearly, she didn't have anyone else to call.
Clearly, we don't know that. We don't know that.
Clearly, there was no one else to teach her how to drive except dear old mom, who didn't.
It ain't about teaching her how to drive. It's about getting to work. So it's not about teaching.
Oh my God. So listen, here's one thing. I'll speak to. Like I said, I think we already established that there's no man in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's no man.
Those connections you're speaking of, Coach, come from connections that men make amongst us. We have a brotherhood. You understand what I'm saying? Women don't have a brotherhood like a sisterhood, like we have a brotherhood. Like our brotherhood knows and understands what it's like to get out here and fend for our own, get out here and support each other. Our brotherhood knows how to do these things. You know what I'm saying? Women's sisterhood, they not doing that. They don't function the same, bro. Like, you know, they'll go out and meet brunch, but they still complaining about splitting the bill when you have a tag. You understand what I'm saying? Like us, we know if my brother don't have it, he don't even gotta ask me. You understand what I'm saying? Like if I know my brother don't got no money and we going somewhere, I'm giving him money before we even go. Like you don't even gotta ask me. I'm not gonna embarrass you like that. You understand what I'm saying?
But again,
so that comes from us. That comes from our connections. That don't come from how they function.
But this is why I say the father, because I guarantee y'all daughters would know how to make the communication to get to where she had to go.
Coach, we agree with you, but in this scenario, we've already established that ain't there. And so now you got to mitigate for that.
But even in the scenario, that's why I keep saying that their communication was already broken. This is not something that just happened last week. This has been going on for 15, 20 years. This type of relationship is all I'm saying. And calling up, most parents know who their kids are. You know how they go.
I would say that.
Hold up. I'm sorry.
Taru, somebody just walked across your fucking.
Somebody in the back.
Who, Twix?
Oh, okay. I thought I saw some walk. Who is Twix?
Twix. Come here, Twix.
Oh, okay. I thought it was an animal. Okay. I thought I saw somebody walk past your shit. Okay.
Yeah, I thought I saw it too. That was a dog.
Damn. That ain't no Twix, nigga. That's a Snicker.
Pause. Pause.
Pause. My bad, bro.
That's a Snicker jumbo king size, huh?
Yeah, that was a big old. That had nuts in there. That had nuts and everything in it.
It's disgusting.
Hey man, y'all stupid, bro. So let me ask y'all this real quick, man. Let me ask y'all this real quick. So how do you feel prototype? We start prototype. How do you feel prototype about parents in our community who kick their children out at 18? 18, you gotta go.
It's disgusting, bro. Like I think it's built on trauma, and it's built on a bunch of us trying to make sure our kids hit as hard as we do, and not understand that they're not supposed to go through the same things we went through. They're supposed to go through the next stage that we didn't touch yet. You understand what I'm saying? Like we're supposed to put them on a platform where they go through what's next. And that's how, we're talking about generational curses being broken. I guess I don't want to say it like that, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't want my kids dealing with what I dealt with growing up. I want them to deal with a whole new set of issues. You understand? That's going to propel my family and my generations forward into, into whatever, like, so I don't, like I said, my kids don't never have to leave. Like they can stay forever until they're ready to, get up on their feet, go on. And every kid functions differently. You understand what I'm saying? So it ain't like this kid might leave at 18 and this kid might leave at 30. You understand? Like every kid's not the same. So you can't treat them all the same and make them all have the same kind of past.
Coach Ferd?
No, what he said exactly right, man. But again, it's still coming down to him and most fathers who are engaged like that having those conversations over years. So they're going to trust you. And I'll say this, any child that y'all are encouraging right now to be great and be strong, guess what? They're going to go conquer the world without y'all permission. They're not going to sit at home up under you looking at you, they daddy take me. No, they're going to know how to do what they need to do, is what I'm saying. See, now, whatever people didn't experience, a lot of people carry that trauma for most of their life. And this is what I speak to. When you can get that type of encouragement early and often, and most parents do know their kids' prototype when it comes to your ass being dumb, slow, smart aleck, bad as hell. They know who you are. Know whether you smart enough to go to college. They just don't say nothing because they love you, especially a mama. She ain't gonna say nothing about her boy being slow. She ain't gonna say nothing. Look at my cute little baby. Boy, dumb as a doorknob. She ain't gonna say nothing about her son being a deviant to other kids. Hey, well, what you want me to do? That dressing him all like her. They got on the same colors, like that starting
Son
that whole.
husbands.
But that's been going on for the last 40 years. This is where we are. Y'all in the thick of it. That's why I say, man, y'all in the thick of it because y'all fighting over some of the most fundamental stuff we supposed to be able to get down with. Children, not saying y'all, but y'all periods. Y'all hear men, women, ain't shit. Man, they brothers and sisters and cousins. When me and my brothers and sisters and cousins got together, man, we was fishing, playing. We ruled the basketball court, ran the, it was just a different energy because the adults focused on us and we wasn't running. They wasn't running to the club. They wasn't outside at the park. You didn't see your mama outside at the park with her breasts out and her buns out. We adults, we in that phase. And the kids are watching that, trying to go from, they don't even want to be kids no more. They just want to jump straight into adulthood.
Yep, they do.
And they getting exposed straight to adulthood, but the adults are saying the kids don't know shit. Who's looking at the kids from the time they can run and walk? Everybody trying to be, I'm on my own. And y'all know how the really states do and the government do when it comes to black man and his family. They ain't trying to put you in a situation just because he cheated on the mama. He's still a good dude. Dude get off at 5 o'clock every day, make about $60,000, $70,000, got his own little apartment, 2-bedroom. Why the father and son can't build that relationship? I'll say this and I'll shut up. And this is why I knew I wasn't going to give a damn about people's feelings. I had a client, 10th grade in Chicago. Father in prison, can't find the mother. She done ran off and left him with his sister with 4 kids. She married with 4 kids. We talking to the father on the phone because the teacher, the little white lady boss said, man, I don't know what to do with this boy. And I had never seen him before. I said, man, bring him in here. Talk to that boy. We call his father in prison. Now, the father doing a lot. He got a phone. And this is like 2009. He said on the phone, I said, man, you mind if I put you on speaker? First thing out of his mouth is, man, listen, man, I'm waiting on, he talking to his son. Listen, man, I'm waiting on you to come and be with me in here. What? Excuse me, sir? Yeah, I'm waiting on you to come on. So he had already put an omen on his son to go be in the pen. This boy just bust out crying on my shoulder. That moment right there was a turning point for me when it worked with people who in those situations. Because I started fighting the adults back. It wasn't about the kid. It wasn't, no. But I had to spend that time. Listen, you are worthy of somebody. You are smart. I get down, show them their grades, and go showing them their talents. They got talent. I'm making them display that. I want to see it. And once they got that encouragement, 3 or 4 months in, they getting good grades. They ain't acting out. Might not even smoke weed. I done got girls to stop putting perm in their head. Little young teenagers. Just wearing their natural hair, BMU, that shit grow like yours, man. Thick, pretty, all that.
Yes, sir.
So I get passionate about it because I spend a lot of years doing it. So yeah, it was, you got too excited.
Oh, hey, shit, bro.
No, let me shut up, man. I'm sorry.
I beg your pardon.
Oh my God. That's so stupid. Hey man, we got a super chat, man. We got a super chat, man, from Curtis Moore, man. He $4.99. Thank you, my brother, for always supporting the channel. He said, "What's up, panel? Hey, BMU, are you planning to do a show on the Ashley Janae situation that happened?" Hey, we definitely need to do a show on that. Because the black women say white men are the way to go now, and I think that he strung her ass up in that closet. I believe it. But we'll have a conversation about it, man. But I want to show y'all this video right here. I think this is the last one. I'm gonna show y'all this video talking about paying the rent in the house when you're a child. I know that but
listen, I think one of the worst things that a parent can do is literally have a child, raise them, and wait till they start making money, 17, 18. Maybe even 16, to start taking money out of their check to pay their own damn bills. charging them rent and shit. I don't get that. I don't understand that, and I think it's so important to break them generational curses because, no shade, that's not going down in my household. I'm the parent. I had you. You didn't have me. Huh? Make it make sense. Like, I don't understand how parents do that to their kids. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, I'm supposed to be your safe space. This is supposed to be your safe space. If things go down, you should always know that you can come home. This is your home. Charging them to stay in their room. What the hell is this? The Holiday Inn? Like, I don't understand. Now, the only time that I feel like that can be acceptable is I've heard examples of, you know, parents, they might take their kids' money every month, charge them rent, but they're really putting it aside so that when it's time for them to move out, they're going to give it back to them and they good. And I can understand that because it's like, okay, well, you're trying to teach them a little lesson. You're trying to teach them some responsibility, some independence. I get that. So, okay, that's cool. But all that other bullshit, I will never understand that. I don't care. You can call my kids spoiled, whatever. My kids will be born with this silver spoon in their mouth. I seen a video of a girl talking about, she said her kids ain't gonna get it out of the mud. Her kids gonna get it out of the garden in which she's planting them seeds in. And amen. Get it out the mud? Hell no. I'm not finna watch my kids struggle. And I think that is so unfair. That don't make no sense. You snatching a check and you snatching a money away to sit there and pay your bills every month. You chose to have them. You chose that house. That's your house. Them your bills. Work harder. I don't know. Do something. But literally like telling your child, oh, every month, yeah, give me the rent. Huh? If that's the case, they should just go move out or something. Like, because it ain't making no sense to me. I don't get it. And that's also kind of like hindering them from even being able to enjoy their money when they start making it and, you know, things like that. And I just don't agree with that. But again, like, I'm a person that is always going to break generational curses because we're not on that. I don't care. My kids will have an amazing experience and they will know an amazing life.
100 watts, what's up? Coach Ferg, what you got to say about what she just said, man? She said her kids gonna grow up with silver spoons in their mouth, and they not gonna struggle, but they gonna eat out the garden because she planted the seeds.
I mean, it's two sides to that though. One's a good side, one's a bad side. You know, if you just like, you know, telling your kid they just get out of pay rent, you know, knowing that they barely graduated high school, don't plan on going to college, looking for a job. No, you're wrong. But again, you got to have those conversations. I learned early, man. Let me have the conversations. My mother and father used to talk to me like, "What you gonna do? You gonna in America? You only got so many lanes. You got military, you got traditional college, you got trade school. You know what I'm saying? Now you got entrepreneurship, but entrepreneurship, if you ain't do shit in high school, it might take you 10 years to figure it out, 20 years to figure it out on your own little brain. But the information is there readily today than it was 35 years ago. You can study some YouTube videos and read through that, tutorials, you can get it, boom. But now everybody has the patience for that. But like I mentioned it early, my son was making 1,000, I took 2. I'm like, man, whenever, you know, I ain't put it as rent, but I'm like, you like to eat, you got plenty of food, you like to take long baths and showers, and you know what I'm saying? But so when I broke it down to him, he like, yeah, man, hold that. He like, hold that for me. And I said, yeah. And when you ready to man up, you go man up, and you can always come back here and bring some ice when you come to the cookout. But those are conversations over time. You know, people just, I think most men would have those conversations with their son or their daughter over time. But in America, a lot of us don't get those relationships to build on. That's the
100 watts, what's up, man? You can go ahead and chime in, brother. What's going on?
What's up, fellas? Evening, fellas.
I
mean, look, man, of course we can live in the extremes and be like, oh, you're setting your kid up for failure. But I appreciate teaching my child that ain't nothing in life free. You're not 7 no more, dog. Like Santa Claus is gone. The Easter Bunny ain't here no more. We in real life now, cuz you graduated high school already. I'm not about, I mean, so again, the extremes. If you making your child pay $1,200 in rent, that is a little extreme. But you're gonna have to pay a young adult tax. If you staying in my house for free, you're gonna have to give me $250 on the light bill or something. Something like you're a young adult now. You're not a child anymore. There's a level of responsibility, even if it's just as simple as an $80 phone bill. You have to have some kind of responsibility now. You're not a child. So to make it seem like and just because I took this money from you don't mean that I got to put it in some account to give it to you later. Fuck that. The fuck for? Why? If I'm doing my job right, then I'm already teaching you about savings, investing, where to put your money. Like I should already be teaching you about that. So why am I holding money for you and you paying a young bull tax? That's just how I see it. But I'm a little fucked up in the head. So
all right. And about prototype, what you agree?
I mean, I agree that with his last statement that he made. You know what I'm saying? That he's a little messed up in the head. But I don't think you should. I mean, I think they should definitely help around the house. But you've been building them their entire lives. You know what I'm saying? They should already know to chip in. You know what I'm saying? They should already have chores. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my son's 11 years old. He's been cutting the grass since he was 8. You know what I'm saying? He already knows, like, oh, the grass is getting high. Let me knock that out. They know to take out the trash. They know, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm building these people. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's going to just be natural for, like, well, let me make sure, because we're a family here. It ain't just oh, this is mine. Oh, this is Dad's. This is all of ours, and we're sharing this space. So, you know, when they start making money, if they got something to, you know, add to it, hey man, add to it. You know what I mean? Bring something to the cookout, whatever. But like I said, I think as men, we have these circles of being ass out sometimes, and I understand that. I've helped plenty brothers, and plenty brothers helped me in my times when it was hard and I was trying to get on my feet. If I was trying to, you know, get to the next level, like, as long as there's a plan and action, that's all that really mattered to me. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, I feel like when it comes to making money, I look at myself like an immigrant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I should have something set up for my kids to fall into. My kids ain't going to school for just nothing. They're going to school to help build on the legacy that we got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have an IT company. You know what I'm saying? So when they go to school, they're gonna get a skill to help in the IT company. And if they don't want to help in the IT company, they can go on and do something else. But it's all money in, no money out. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Tyrus?
Yeah, I gotta chime in, man. This I can't imagine everything I did in life to turn this home into a sanctuary just to make my kids or turn this home into a corporate environment to try to teach my kids some sort of lesson about finance. I asked to move to this crib. This was a house that me and my wife picked up. This was the crib, the Clint Eastwood, yo, get the F off my property kind of shit. Right? Like, I can't imagine.
Damn.
As soon as he started cooking, man, you're telling me we need to burn this motherfucker to the ground.
Yo, can y'all see me?
Yeah, you good now.
Yeah, this shit kind of went out.
Prototype,
yeah. Like, I can't imagine looking at my little girls and they rooms that they grew up in, right? That they build in life, and then going, hey, all this right here, hey, start dropping $500 a month on it. It's not technically yours anymore. Like, that's fucking insane. Like, especially BMU, when we as Black men always talk about generational wealth, and then we start saying shit that make our kids not want to take any of the shit we trying to build. Like respectfully, 100 Watt, and respectfully, Coach, y'all the kind of parents who I would have joined the Army straight out of the gate at 18, and you're absolutely going to the nursing home.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like straight up, you're going to the nursing home. Because Like BMU, you seen my crib, bro. Like I guess I'm also thinking as financially as a man, because women are supposed to bring the emotional, the feel good aspect. Prototype, maybe you'll track with this, bro. I got 2 daughters. I want my daughters to go out here and get a job, and if they stay home, fine. Because guess what, Prototype? I just got a great excuse to my wife, babe. I got to build a detached garage. We got our kids living here for the long term. I now need the detached garage with the workshop in the back. Like, what fucking dude don't want that?
What I find crazy about,
hey, babe, we need a home edition. I might need to go get a basement extension. Right? I'm going to need some big boy power tools because I'm more on the DIY shit. You know what I mean? Like this is I guess me as a dad, that's how I think about it. Because I want my kids to always think about this home as sanctuary, not like I'm their fucking slumlord landlord. But that's just me.
So the part that I find interesting is you're basically saying that because I told my child they got to put something on a light bill, I don't have the capability of building the detached garage. Like, I can still have the same exact thought process that you're talking about.
First and foremost, that wasn't a connection, but okay, now I'm going to check
now you gotta let me go.
Why? Because you covered the light bill. You covered the light bill prior to. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Hunter Watt, answer the question. Can you cover the light bill prior to your teenager getting the job? Yes or no?
Yes.
So why do they need to cover the light bill now?
Okay, the question I'm going to ask you is, the thought process that you have, is there an age limit to this thought process?
No.
Okay, so you're telling me that your thought process is, if your child graduates at 18, they move out, go get an apartment of their own, fuck up their money, and have to move back home. Your thought process is still the exact same that you have right now.
Yes, because I bought the house based on generational wealth to pass down to kids.
I'm opposed to your thought process. Okay, this is why I'm opposed to your thought process. Because I, as a grown-ass man in my 30s, I was down bad for a second. I had to move into my father's house. And you know what I had to do when I moved into my father's house? Was give him something on the bills. I moved into his home and I'm adding to his bills. His water bill is going up. His light bill is going up. Could he pay it? Yes, for sure. But because I'm coming into his home, I still have to be responsible for the change that I'm bringing in his home. Yes, I'm on the wheel. It's going to be mine when he's gone. Cool. It's going to be mine. He's giving it. That's generational wealth. Cool. But should I not also be responsible for maintaining, upkeeping, investing in, providing into the home that he has built?
I thought we were all grown enough up here to understand the baseline. We're not talking about the Wi-Fi or the Spotify account. Like, I really thought we were all grown enough up here to understand that's not what we're talking about. Of course, the kids, Prototype already mentioned it. Of course, the kids got chores. Like my kids, for example, 100 Watt, one of their chores is they sweep and mop the house. Guess what? As they're adults still living in the house, guess what they still got to do? Sweep and mop the house.
And you know what?
Tyrese, you don't listen to me at all.
If my son makes the decision that you said, then I'm okay with that. Because you know what? I would rather put my son in a position where he would look at me and be like, damn, my dad doing this. I need to be a man and figure this shit out, so I'm moving out. So if he decides he's going to join the military so he can figure his own shit out, then I commend that. I'm not mad at him for that.
You commend him for you being a bum in that scenario? That's crazy.
I'm a bum now? A bum.
100 Watt. In the scenario I gave, that was a hypothetical. No, we're not going to time out Prototype because he walked into it. In the hypothetical, I said, if you guys were my parents, I would go ahead and join the army. Right? And so you're saying that it's a good thing, that somehow what you did was a good thing for pushing your kid away.
Because there are a lot of entitled children who expect their parents to do for them and they never have to lift a finger. I refuse to let my 18, 19-year-old child get her ass up and go get a job and go spend money on getting her nails done and her hair done. And she coming home with grocery bags for the fucking mall and she ain't putting nothing in here.
At what age? Like 16, 17? Like
19. Let's call it 19.
19, she's not even old enough to drink, and that's still a no-no?
No. No, you're telling me that at 19, you're not in school anymore. You're grown enough to be able to go get a job, hang out with your friends, but you're not grown enough to put in on where you lay your head at. Because in the real world, if she goes to live in a hotel, she got to pay for that. If she goes to get her own apartment, she got to pay for that. If she goes to buy a house, she got to pay for that. But because you're in the home that I built for you to have when I'm gone, now all of a sudden you don't have to put money into that. How does that apply? What?
I think essentially, to that idea, if she's 19, spending money like that on like lifestyle stuff, essentially she gonna want to do some other stuff that doesn't fly in my house. You understand what I'm saying? And
they ain't gotta leave, do they?
That's going to be the motive. That'll be her own motivation to get on to the next level. But as there's rules here under this one, and when it comes to like you want to do this or that, or you know what I'm saying, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, yeah, that ain't gonna fly.
But I'm not. But what I'm saying isn't even being dumb. She's
but 19. No. I'm not saying she's being dumb.
I know, but this is all I'm saying. She's a teenager. She graduated high school. She did everything I asked her to do. She was in extracurricular activities. She had good grades. She did everything I asked her to do. She's 19 now. I'm not holding that pressure on her that she got to go to college. Maybe she made the decision that she doesn't want to go. Okay, cool. What's their plan? Dad, I'm gonna go get a job. Okay, cool. Bet. Go get you a job. This is your room right upstairs. You have somewhere to lay your head. So now you don't have to have the stress of trying to find somewhere to live. That is already a level of stress that's taken off of my child at 19 that plenty of other 19-year-olds don't have. That is valuable. That is fucking valuable. So you're telling me that I'm a bum because I decided to let my child pay $200 a month in a place that I pay $6,000 a month since she's been a little man? Come on, man. We talking about a little.
I don't think. That was a little bit overdone.
Tyrese, let me jump in. I want to talk to you because you know what I'm saying. Listen, yes, because you made that statement. If you was my son, listen, my father. He didn't force me to go to the military. I went to college because I wanted to be smart.
26 guys.
Okay, but listen, I got a 23-year-old son right now, right? Mm. I said, and this is where that encouragement comes in, right? Because guess what? He tried college. Okay, I said, man, what you want to do? I think I'm gonna drive trucks. Okay, do that. He probably saved since July. He probably saved about $20,000, right? Because he already understands the expectation that he's going to take care of his responsibility. My parents never asked me for money, right? I never asked for money. I explained specifically what it's going to be for.
You taught your son how to drive, right, Coach?
I drive, play football, throw a football.
Right,
Hold up.
Hey, Prototype, you taught your kids how to drive, right? Or are you going to teach your kid how to drive?
Yeah.
No, 100 Watt. You're putting your hands up. But remember, this is the context of the video we just watched of a mom expecting her kid to
I think we're past the video
on a job that she won't even support her own child. What? This is what we're talking about. We're talking about a whole bunch of parents who can't even be bothered to teach their kids life lessons because somehow 100 Watt. This isn't the first time you and I have a conversation, and somehow I know that 100 Watt is going to teach his 16-year-old daughter or son how to drive. Or am I incorrect about that?
I don't understand the parallel you're making.
No. I'm asking you, when your kid is old enough to drive, will you teach your kid how to drive?
Yes.
When your kid has a job and doesn't know how to drive, and you agree to give your child a ride to work every day to keep that job, do you honor that commitment?
Yes.
If you decide to not honor your commitment, and then your child gets fired from her job because she doesn't get to work, do you somehow still expect her to give you money for whatever bill you expect her to pay?
That would be unrealistic.
Holy shit.
I don't understand the
parallel.
He's referring to a video.
Yeah, he referred to the video. You didn't see it.
No. This is an example, 100 Watt, of the entire thing we're talking about. We got delusional standards. She is an extreme example of, unfortunately, the average parent today having extreme standards for their child in a country where you can't even. guys, we got people living 7, 8 to an apartment right now. That's how expensive it is. And then you want to come out here, you automatically, you as an adult, by the way, ask for these kids. These kids didn't actually be born by us.
Makes no sense.
You know what I mean? No, it makes perfect sense. They didn't ask to get born to us. And guess what? I built this crib too. And so I asked for this family to come here too. So why would I make their lives miserable by making them pay some obscene shit? Especially when, by the way, if any of you guys are financially stable, then you know that having all of them on the same insurance, on the same phone plan, that actually saves you money. Like, let's go back to the whole financial masculine thing. Or maybe some of you guys aren't homeowners. I don't know. But with the homeowners and with the phone bill, with all of these
this nigga right here,
you save money with car insurance, you save money with health insurance, you save money with all of those different aspects.
So
maybe you guys weren't aware of that.
Okay, so Tyrus, you making bad assumptions, right? You making bad assumptions. You making bad assumptions. I'm only
going off
hold
of the topic.
Tyrus, but you're not the only one that got a home. If you ain't got 2 properties, then you got a home. I mean, that what we got is nothing, right?
I'm not
because
coach, the whole entire point, which I've been making a bunch of points because you guys haven't.
No, you haven't not. You have not. It goes back. You prove my point. You keep proving my point.
It has to remain a sanctuary.
But you keep proving my point.
100 watt. The kids aren't going to want anything you got to offer.
You proving my point. This one
my point, Coach.
Tyrus, the one thing that you leaving out with this video, which I know what you've been doing and BMU's doing and Prototype is doing it the same 100 watts. They talking to their damn kids on a regular basis. They talking to their young teenagers. And if y'all sitting up here acting like y'all talking about all this and y'all got them in the car and we ain't saying shit, we failing. We ain't talking to them like when it's time to write out them bills and we ain't
teach your daughter a damn thing, Coach.
You what?
Teach her own flesh and blood shit.
What?
And yet expects her to.
What are you talking about?
Expects her to magically come up with income despite not providing the proper support a parent is supposed to provide.
This happened 20 years ago. This happened 20 years ago. Hold up. It happened 20 years. No,
is it not happening today in households?
In households led by most women, yes. 99%.
Bum ass dudes out here too, Coach.
No, it ain't no fathers, man. You got to pull me up the real where fathers are actually.
My bad, Coach. Hey, BMU, my bad. See now, Coach got me doing this. Hey, Coach, you know why we see examples of the women talking to their moms like that?
Because they isolate the kids from their fathers.
And so the children
isolate their kids from their fathers because he might have cheated on them.
Coach, the children can't talk to their dads like this
because they've been isolated.
Coach, they can't speak to the dads because the dads you keep sipping
they've been isolated. They've been isolated.
The dads
don't go talk to him. Your daddy got a. They just said it. Your daddy got a little big, little penis ass. Come on.
Hey, Coach, the kids, the sons you defend. Guess what they do?
Come on, man. They're the same brothers. They're the same brothers raised by those same mamas. They the same. They the same brothers.
The men you're defending
who got the same daddy, and the brother got figured out.
Coach, the men you're defending, Coach.
I'm not defending them.
And then they move halfway across the country.
Tyrese, why you always
want to talk about? Hey, man, she ain't letting me see my kid. Bro,
I'm not defending them.
3 different time zones.
That's not true, Tyrese. Tyrese, you making stuff up. Now you might have moved 3 different times. Come on, Tyrese, you making lies up.
Coach, you see how many dudes be walking out of their families all the time?
Tyrese, come on, man.
A lot of these kids, bro,
did this lady just say she had
because they the only adult around? Hey, Coach, that's the truth.
Did she have, so are they in a relationship or did he give her $100 to have sex in the back of a Jeep? And she got pregnant.
And Coach, he stuck his dick up
and
in that
she wouldn't even let her daughter be around the father.
All of that, right? Still, because it takes 2 to tango. And guess what? At the end of the day, Coach, at the end of the day, the broken kids you talk to, they talk to their moms like that because that's the only adult who bothered to stick around.
Because that's the only adult that told them that they wasn't shit.
Because the dudes,
that's what the mothers do. They kill the kids' dreams.
Brother, I'm trying.
The dudes ain't even in a relationship.
The dudes walk off.
So I got a cash app. I got a super chat. Hold on. All right, What We Know podcast, man. You come on up here if you ain't sleep. He said, salute BMU. I agree with Tyrus. He made a decent point. Thank you for the $5 super chat, my brother.
Thank you, JT.
We got Uncle Jeff in the building tonight. 100 Watts got a question for you, Tyrus. So ask that question, then we get Uncle Jeff in here.
Are you saying that she represents the majority of parents in America?
All right, is that the question?
That is the question.
Just want to make sure I didn't want to cut you off. I'm saying she's representing a growing amount of kids that I was talking about earlier, BMU, with Arrested Development, where we got a bunch of children raising children. Because she was a perfect example of somebody who shouldn't have been a mother in the first place. That is what I said that about her initially when we first watched this video. And I'm saying she's representing a growing amount of dysfunctional parents who are not doing right by their kids. Do you disagree with that or agree?
No, I don't disagree with you. You still
So you agree?
I'm still understanding that you agree that she does not represent the majority of parents. The point that I was making was, again, I agree that she's in an extreme. I don't want to operate in an extreme when it comes to taking $1,200 from my child's check. But I think it is reasonable to tell your child to pay $200 a month if they living in your fucking house for free.
That's our disconnect, 100 Watt. I don't think it's an extreme. Like I said, I think it's been a thing, and it unfortunately is getting worse. That's our disconnect.
Okay.
She asked for $50 to $100 every time she got paid every 2 weeks.
Despite not teaching her shit.
$50 to $100.
100 Watt. How is she supposed to get to work if dear old mom didn't teach her how to drive? Again,
Gas money
that's the
from the mom.
100 Watt. You heard the scenario, right?
I'm gonna answer your question. Answer your question because sometimes parents know their kids better than people on the internet. Because I probably know this little motherfucker found a way to get to the party every time she wanted to get to a party, but your stupid ass can't get to work. Fuck that. $50 to $100 every time you get paid.
Can everybody remind everybody, the audience on this panel, at 15 and a half, 16 years old, how do you get a driver's license without parent consent?
Oh, but you can get a ride on Uber, you can hop on your bike, you can ride the fucking bus, you can fucking beat feet.
So
ways to be able to move around.
You guys, see now here we go again. We got another dude expecting teenagers to behave like grown ass adults already. Holy shit.
It's teenage behavior.
You see what I'm talking about, BMU? All of a sudden, they goddamn, they supposed to know how to do their taxes too, 100 Why?
How far down am I?
Does adult shit.
How far down am I?
Damn, bro. Hey, prototype. They need a mortgage. They need a 401k. They need an ARP card. They need all this shit out the gate, man.
Oh, okay, Uncle Jeff in the building. Uncle Jeff, what are your thoughts, man?
First, peace to all these brothers up here. Having this heated conversation and it's passionate without being disrespectful. I dig it. Second, I got bad news for all of you up here. You're all smart.
Network. Oh, okay.
Am I good? Are y'all did I freeze?
Yeah, you good.
Bad news for all of you brothers up here because you're all smart. You're all right. I'm sorry. There are things for me to agree with Tyrus and things for me to agree with 100 Watts because of how effed up our situation is. It's like us sitting in the middle of a plane crash, arguing over whether the left wing is worse than the right wing or the fuselage. Bruh, both of you are correct. I think the big disconnect here is we are being hypercritical of an economy that is crumbling. And the fact that these people have to squirm in it. Tyrus, if you have a problem with how slick teenagers are, I invite you to watch a movie called Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yes, I think you are grossly underestimating the ingenuity of teenagers, and 100 Watt absolutely has a point that we don't know this child. You have a point that those two people could be drowning. That mother was probably not needing that $2,000 for Louboutins. It's possible for you both to be right because this is so screwed up. Stop looking for what, yeah, I'll say this and I'll land. I think this is the way all conversations should go, especially amongst Jedis on our level. First, find where you agree. Find where we can all agree. Shit is fucked up. We can agree to that. So let's start there. And then work out to the edge of where you don't agree. And then understand that filthy fringe where you disagree wasn't done by any of you. It was what was done to us. Where you two disagree is some shit that was done to us, regardless to whether there's ways out of it, regardless to who made it out, regardless to who didn't, who sold the poison to who shot who or went to jail. That was done to us. And if we can look at it like that, we're a hell of a lot closer to solutions than running around the oval dirt track of disagreeing with each other over this same plane crash we had. I'll land it there.
So I have a question for everybody. So if let's take it off of the Black community. Somebody said this to me and it just stuck with me one day. And I wanted to discuss it with you guys. One of the Black men said, for years, we've been trying to teach our kids responsibility, putting them out at 18, making them pay bills, doing all this stuff to make them leaders and all this here. And the white boys and white girls stay at home with their mom and daddy till they're in their 20s and 30s, and they're the managers, and our kids are working for them. And we've taught them all the discipline, but our kids get out the house with what we taught them, and they working for the people that stayed with their mama till they was 25. How do we explain that? Because we see this success. If y'all, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, some of these young boys and young girls get out of school, play football. Even Joe Burrow, the damn quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals, his rookie year, he stayed with his mama. He's still staying with his mama and daddy in their house.
Okay, let's put that where. Oh, okay. Yeah, somebody else want to go. Good.
Can I get it, Uncle Jeff?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So what I've seen, BMU, is that it is blacks and poor whites where the standard applies of kicking everybody out.
All right.
If you're upper middle class and higher white American or anybody like that, it's more socially acceptable and easier to keep your kid. Because BMU, you know, my wife was born and raised German.
Right.
They do multi-generational homes like the rest of society does.
Right.
And this thing of kicking your kid out early is really uniquely American. And then it's uniquely class-based on top of that.
You know when it started, right?
So it's really blacks and then poor whites where this standard is applying to.
But you know when it started, though, right?
And it needs to stop.
They started when they gave us welfare.
Ooh.
Because what happens at 18, you got to go.
Yeah,
ain't no so once you turn, and that's the dynamic that we in, because you see.
Anybody disagree with what I said? Or anyone chime in?
Nope.
Can you hear me?
I mean, Uncle Jeff, go ahead.
I again, I agree with you both. And to kind of tag your hand and come off the top turnbuckle, this was done in order to hurry up and make taxable units. That's where that mindset comes from. It's a lot harder to tax a house if all us as brothers. This is a family with 6 brothers. We got a mama and a daddy, and we all stay at our mama house. When we decide 100 Watts gonna get his house first, so everybody put their money in 100 Watts account. So it looked like 100 Watts got $90,000 laying there, but he's not going to use the $90,000 for the down payment. Because he can save $90,000, he gets a great rate, a low down, and then when 100 Watts move out, we all put our money in Coach's account, and so on and so forth. till we got houses. Then we take them houses and put them up for businesses. Or we sprinkle house business. And until we do, everybody sleeps here. But we have been taught as worker bees that I have to hurry up and make my own unit because I haven't been taught the way this economic game works. And the way it works, basically, it was cool to shut me out walking in the door. So yes, there has been a systematic, it's a ball of yarn, fellas, that interconnects in all different kind of ways that we used to make fun of the hoteps back in the day for speaking. We are now living this. And now that the wealth is, this is why I argue some of this. When we look at, you got to look at the calcification of wealth. How much 97% of this country's wealth is in what, 3% of the hands? That's not an accident. All of this soup came together to make this. It's just white folks didn't know that they was going to get this damn soup poured on their ass. They had no idea. They thought that this was always going to be just for us. But now the power elite has little use for common people. And this is about the elimination of them and how we survive that.
Anybody want to respond to that? Right now, so just listen, Tyrese, man.
I guess I'm gonna tag back in, Uncle Jeff. But I 100%.
But can y'all hear me?
That's why I always.
Yeah, hold on.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hold on, real quick, Tyrese. That Coach Ferg can jump in there, then you can jump back in there. Then
I didn't hear him. My bad.
Yeah, that's why it just comes down to what I keep saying, man. If the father's not passing down this information over a period of time, most people over the last 45 years haven't had that type of mindset. Most of us have grew up under the welfare dynamic. You talk about other cultures. Father's there. He's in the home. Yeah, you either go learn how to work this little business or you're going to at least do it to your ass till you're 18. And then when you think that you're smart enough to go to college, join the military, they give them those options because it's already been premeditated beforehand. People are already planning this because you have a father in those dynamics. Over the last 50 years, it's been a lot of women leading the men. And again, it comes down to how it's already set up. In the welfare system, when your child turns 18, unless they're in college, you got to go. They can't even stay there. They get to call, they take your Section 8. However, Tyrese, the biggest thing that we need, and you keep alluding to it within yourself, you're having conversations with your children. You're ensuring your daughters are getting the message quite often.
Excellent.
Quite often. And you're the father in the home. 35, 40 years ago, it was a lot of, when you talking about teenage babies having babies, man, that started when me and Uncle Jeff was teenagers, 12, 13. Bruh. That's when they was having babies at that age.
No, my mama was 19, bro. I'm trying to tell you, the baby mama 1.8. I got a coach. I'll give it right back to you if I could. I nailed this to the calendar. 1946 was when World War II was over.
Yeah, and then
when that baby boom happened,
man,
the women of that age stopped sending their daughters down south when they got pregnant. My mother was baby mama 1.0. I was born in 1965. After that, it just spread like wildfire, It used to, I can remember when it was shameful till I was about 12, and then it just took off.
And this is, and those, that's what I'm saying. They have children, and that's the way the dynamic has been split up with and because it's one thing with brothers, right? We saw it in America. So they sort of put us in a position to have to fend for ourselves if you don't have that message from a father over time. And that's what discourages a lot of young men coming out of high school. But there was a time when you came out of high school, you believed that you can take on the world. You didn't have to leave. Your parents didn't say go, but you got a home. And when you hear, you're going to mend the home. And I'm sure, I could be wrong, let's just say y'all baby stay there. I guarantee by what y'all saying that y'all teaching them, Daddy, I got it. I'm going to do it, Daddy. I got it. I'm going to take care of it. You're going to be like, man, what you mean now? But now, Daddy, because you already giving them that far message. That's for the girls, everybody. Y'all listen, this is why it's important to have those dynamics. And Tyrus, most of these women over the last, I'll say since I was a teenager, right? They meet your ass at the club. Outside before they going in, they busting it open. They was giving it up. These women was out here slanging. These Gen X girls, oh yeah. That's why they more hipper than the girls.
The dudes was taking them in, right?
Because they was hanging out with the dudes that wanted to stand on the corner sagging their pants. That's the ones and this is what I'm saying. It still doesn't hurt to say, listen, you 12 little boy, you want to be a man or you want to be a flip wrist. Your daddy over there live with his mama. Take your little raggedy looking self over and live with your daddy. No, your daddy ain't shit. He ain't gonna be shit. But he work a 9 to 5. I don't want you to have a relationship. That's why these dynamics are struggling today, because a lot of brothers don't even talk to their own father. And they call themselves grown men.
Okay. So, I gotta push back. I gotta push back. All right. There's something that as I roll it out, unless you can find something to disagree with, if you speak anyway in the future, you playing with yourself. What we are watching right now is the beginning of the Savages. Taking down another movie road. Anybody seen Lord of the Flies? That's what it's about to be outside of this wisdom. Outside of this wisdom, when this shit hit the fan and you can't fix a flat, you can't tell me north, south, east, and west when the sun is up. You can't write in cursive. You can't count change. You can't ride a bike without a helmet. You about to be... We had a name for them people when I was little. We called them retarded. You about to be in a world of hurt if you don't have a network of I doubt that Coach Ferg know a bunch of wishy-washy dudes. I doubt that Tarus hang out with a bunch of cats that ain't worth a damn. You're gonna need to depend on dudes that are dependable. Guess what's gonna happen to them dudes that's not? They flat not gonna survive, bro. You're not going to survive. You're going to live amongst the savages. Y'all got Noah's disease. Noah had to listen to his friends and neighbors drown because he listened to God. He had to listen to animals he couldn't save, drown. Everybody ain't gonna make it, fellas. And those who won't listen, those who won't get under somebody and figure it out, those who this don't make no sense to. Hey, man, you a plumber. I'm working at McDonald's. I got the night shift. I will show up and work for 60 days for free. Just if you teach me. On the 61st day, if you don't want to hire me, I'll leave. It ain't enough of that. And the dudes that don't think like that ain't gonna make it. Period. I'm done.
I think me and Tarus, we disconnect just a little bit. I honestly think that we're like thinking the same thing. It's just how we're getting there is just a little different.
Absolutely.
Because I completely I understand, I appreciate, and I respect the thought process of, hey fam, I done spent the last 20 years, I worked my ass off, I got this house, I got these kids, they don't have to worry about nothing. I respect it 100%. You know what I'm saying? And I respect anybody that can get themselves into that place. I also consider the perspective of the children of people who did shit. Because you don't really hear a lot about the son of so-and-so. LeBron's son ain't about to get the same love LeBron got. He's the son of the children of people who did major shit, did amazing and wonderful things. Yeah, like that. It's hard for you to hear about the children of something when the parents are like you said, creating a shadow. And in order for them to get out of that, their journey has to be different. It can't be like when people start telling me, well, in other cultures they do this and in other cultures they do that. Hey fam, we have a handicap on us that other cultures don't have. So the way that we get to the other side of this shit is not going to look like what they're doing, because they're playing inside of a game that gave them the space to do that. If we had the space to do that, we would be fucking doing it right now. But since we don't, it has to look a little different. And I do believe that it's going to take some people that have the thought process like you have, and it's going to take some people that have the thought process like I have, because it's going to have to be people that look like us right here on this panel that keep foot to neck. I'm here to keep pressure on these little young dudes that's out here. I'm out here to keep pressure on them. I'm out here to keep pushing these little dudes. I'm not here to, you're doing a good job, buddy. Just keep on grinding. No, fuck all that. I'm here. I'm gonna stand in front of a group of young men and tell them, stop acting. Hey, suck that shit up, tighten your shoes up, and let's get busy. You can cry about that shit later when you get in the shower. Right now, I need you to get busy. When it comes to my kids, it's gonna look a little different. I don't have that coddling thing in me. My thought process is I want to be hard on them right now, because when they not in my presence anymore and they not in my care no more, I need them to be able to look at it and be like, you know what? My daddy hit harder than you.
Could I?
So 100 Watt, you and I are 100 Watt, you and I are in agreement. This is why I said when I mentioned the previous conversations you and I before, I already know you have skill sets, and that's why I already know you also want to be sending your children out here with zero skill sets. You see what I mean? Like for example, we all know now that you can put your one way to build credit or build financial budgeting is you can put your teenager as an authorized member of your credit card, right? That helps build reward points. That's going to help them build the credits or have some credit when they turn 18. That way they aren't stuck trying to build it out the gate. That is part of passing down generational wealth, right? And I think that's why I'm still harping, unfortunately, 100 Watt. I think that's why I'm so stuck on the driving aspect of this video, because it bothers me that a parent, regardless, fails their kid in a hyper car dependent society like America, and you don't teach your kid how to drive. You setting your kid up for failure for one of the most basic things you need to fill out on an application on any job. Do you have reliable transportation? Guess what, folks? Unfortunately, and coach, this is why I keep telling you it's 2026, not your time, respectfully, because only 20% of the entire country lives in metro areas. 80% of the country lives in areas that are hyper dependent on vehicles. So a lot of places don't have public transportation to get around. A lot of these places are very, unfortunately, when you look at our country, it lacks infrastructure that a first world country should have. And so what I'm saying is that once we're finally in a position, as individually 100 Watt as it may be, once I'm in a position to finally break the cycle, I got to break the cycle hard, not half-ass it, because this is what BMU and I were talking about. The last thing I want to do is have my daughters in the repeating the cycle. I want to break this is just one example, 100 Watt. I want to finally break the cycle of my family always joining the military. You know that basically only poor people join the military. So now I don't want my kids doing that shit anymore. You see what I mean? So I got to break it hard. What does that mean? That means I can't have them growing up how I did, where I was a military brat too. And so you bounce home. They need stability, grow up in the same school district, have that continuity, right? That's how you break the cycle. And then on top of that, I have to break the cycle by training my kids, by training myself to get out of this rugged individualism nonsense that has absolutely plagued our country. And so, yes, Hunter, while I got to be hard in the paint, just like you do, and I appreciate that, I'm just telling you, I agree. That's how I handle it, bro. For me to break the curse, I got to attack it like this. You know what I mean?
I wonder what is, if I could, the only thing I wanted to add to what Hunter White had to say was pressurize the temple, Hunter White. And I think the temple is the young brothers you select. What you have to give, don't pressurize the outside. I don't know if you might not be old enough to remember this. Your daddy or somebody saying, look here, will you leave the door open? Goddamn, we ain't air conditioning the outside. I close the door. You got to close the door on what you have to give and make it selective, brother, because everybody ain't ready to hear that. What Tarus is talking about, brother, I'm sorry. I don't see, I'm anxious to hear what people have to disagree with what he said. I didn't hear anything he said wrong.
He's not saying anything wrong, but I can understand his perspective. He has daughters. The last thing a man want to do is see his daughters get out and get ran through in the streets. So I can understand that, right? I can understand that because
that to your son, coach.
I have 4 sons.
No, but when you have a daughter, I'm sorry. Listen, no, when you have daughters, it's a different life you want to prepare them for than a boy, right? I grew up with 5 sisters in the house, right? And my father was probably the most complicated dude they ever met. He used to have those conversations, those tough conversations, right? But again, y'all have the opportunity to instill that over time, the relationship, the trust that they're having. And I guarantee you, when y'all children get of age and they ready to see the world, y'all gonna be the one crying because they're gonna take everything that y'all giving them and tell you, I'm ready to go conquer the world. Now you're gonna have to go have this comment. Listen, we building something here, but those conversations need to happen now and often, especially when they're young. A lot of Black people, unfortunately, over the last 30 years, haven't had those conversations because we have a community. We have I don't know what the numbers are, but those welfare communities, you're obligated. Well, not obligated. At 18, you gotta go, unless you're going to college. Black people don't really go to college like that. We don't want to. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got enough money to go pay for $60,000 college career. People are scared of the military a little bit. It always get us up.
Let me
say this. Let me say this. Okay, let me say this and I'll be quiet, right? Because again, we're talking about, especially, when I'm talking to men of y'all all have relationships with your children. Y'all have communication with them regular. Most people haven't grew up like that. I ain't gonna say most. It's been a lot of brothers over the last 35 years didn't have those type of relationships where they trusted their father. A lot of young women who had children but didn't have a relationship with their father, and the children have repeating the same cycle. That conversation that you could have on a regular basis would change this whole dynamic. And I'll say this and I'll shut up. Uncle Jeff, the place that you're talking about here in America, you won't live to see it. We'll be gone. Now, everything behind us with BMU and Tarus leading and Prototype, it might go to shits. Because they're going to be like, oh, my baby's in the feeling. You know what I'm saying? It might go to chaos. They the ones going to have to fight that battle. Yeah.
Okay.
You know it. Come on.
Let me start here.
Damn, Hunter Watts, he said, I'm going to be in the basement with the women and children, dog. Shit.
Go ahead, Uncle Jeff. Go ahead, Uncle Jeff.
First, every man, I got 7 men in my family before me that served in the armed forces. There are 2 things that enlisted people generally have in common. that are the reason they're in. You didn't get straight A's and your parents wasn't rich. If either of those were different, you more than likely would not have enlisted, and especially black people. It is not some profound sense of patriotism that makes us do this shit. We are trying to jump out of the fire into the frying pan. That's why most of us join the military. It's not because of the love we have for this country. You know the kind of shit we was going through in this country? My grandfather almost got beat to death when he came home from World War II, being chased by white bigots in his Navy uniform. So it's not that. What I am saying is that there isn't anything that I can't, that the military can teach my children that I cannot. I don't think in the name of discipline that I would feed our black children to Trump's armed forces. I'm sorry, I can't do that in good conscience. Before I would send you as a young man off to the army, I would send you off to the Nation of Islam, because you can learn the same things, but you can learn about yourself without having to put your flesh on the line for a nation that still votes on your right to vote. I'm sorry, I'm a Marine, dude, and I would not recommend it. I would not say that you have to gamble your flesh on getting some discipline. There are other places to get it. I landed there.
Man, this was good, man. I appreciate everybody, man. I appreciate y'all for being here tonight. Hey, Tyrus, thank you, man. If y'all want to tune in to Tyrus tomorrow, man, Tyrus is going to be cooking tomorrow. So make sure y'all come over and support him tomorrow on his show right here on the Black Men Unfiltered Network, man. I'm looking forward to hearing him cook tomorrow night, man. So also, Coach Ferg, thank you for being here, man. Thank you for being here, Prototype, man, for being here and giving me another clip that I can use when you come up. I appreciate that, brother. Also, man, Uncle Jeff, man, thank you, man. I see you've been doing some great things. I've been following you on social media, man. So I see you with Dion the other day, man. It seems like a pretty cool environment, man. Be out there with Dion Cole, man. So
that's my brother, man. We've been like this for years, bro. That's my dude.
Absolutely, man. So I'm proud of you, bro. All the good stuff you're doing, man. I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you, man.
Underwater, man. It's so good to see you. Always good to see you, my brother. Great conversation tonight, man, amongst everybody, man. And I appreciate you guys. But again, man, make sure you guys come over, man, and support Tyrus tomorrow, man. He's gonna be cooking some real good bacon tomorrow. And I think he said, oh yeah, the name of tomorrow's show is MAGA Civil War. Was this inevitable?
Yeah. Some of these guys might not be able to handle that level of heat.
Yeah. And then when you hear Tyrus, because when you hear Tyrus doing,
you're telling me we need to burn this motherfucker to the ground.
Yes, that's how he be cooking on Wednesday nights, man. So make sure y'all come holler at him 9:00 Central Standard Time. All right, man. Well, peace to all you, man, and your families. I appreciate the conversation, man. We'll be back here next week to have another great conversation, man. I look forward to seeing you guys back here next week. We out.
Yeah. Black Man Unfiltered Network. We ain't here to play nice. We here to flip everything they told you was normal. Hey! Yeah. Hey, we flipping tables. Yeah. We breaking labels. Facts. No more silence, no more favors. Truth hit hard, can't save it. Yeah. We flipping tables. This that real, no cable. Hey, if it's fake, we unplug it. Welcome to the table. Yeah. I came in the room, they was comfortable, quiet. Smiling in your face, but behind it is riot. They told me be calm, but I'm built for the storm. When the truth in the building, you better transform. They don't like a man when he speak with direction. They love you when broken, confused, and correction. But But I'm on a mission, I'm changing perception. No filter, no fear, just raw intersection. System designed just to keep you disabled. Mentally trapped, spiritually labeled. I'm cutting the cords, the lies getting fatal. If it ain't the truth, I'm flipping in the table. We flipping tables. Yeah, we breaking labels. Facts. No more silence, no more favors. Truth hit hard, can't save you. Yeah, we flipping tables. They said don't question, I said watch me. Too many men out here living sloppy. No guidance, no code, no structure, no lead. Now we wonder why families bleed. This ain't hate, this accountability. Look in the mirror with this vulnerability. Masculine frame with responsibility. That's what they fear, that's stability. I'm calling it out, no sugar, no glaze. We breaking these cycles, we shifting in the phase. Legacy built, not lost in the maze. We done being silent, we entering rage.
This ain't just a podcast, it's a movement, it's a reset. If it's built on lies, it gotta fall.
We flipping tables, no fear, no fables. Black men rise, we stable. Now we changing the label. We flipping tables. Truth is non-negotiable. Black man unfiltered. This the voice they ain't controlling. Flipping Tables podcast. Black Man Unfiltered Network. If it don't make you uncomfortable, it ain't real.